welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Rallye, and this week I wanted to feature another one of my builds, and one that you just don't see very often. And I haven't done an Oldsmobile yet, so I pulled this one out and figured I would go with this one, being that it's such an unusual subject and an interesting story on this car itself. But what we're looking at here is a 70 Oldsmobile. It's a Rallye 350. Built on a Cutlass platform, but the car itself, also a very interesting story, and a couple of different avenues or whatnot, depending on what you read. But one of the stories that I kind of rather enjoyed was, Oldsmobile had Hurst doing some conversions for them. They did a Hurst Olds for 68 and in 69, but there is no Hurst Olds for 70 or 71. That came back in 72. So the story with that is, the first Hurst Olds, they were putting 455s in them, and they were using that car to do that to it. Since GM had a ban on engines over 400 cubic inches in the mid-size platform, this is an A-body. But supposedly the designers, they decided Oldsmobile was going to do it in-house, and they came up with this car. But this car is far from that. What this actually is a budget-minded image car. So, the Roadrunner had taken off, and Oldsmobile decided that they were going to build a car to kind of go along with that. They were going to build a budget-minded performance car, which is why this one has the 350 engine in it. And it's mostly an appearance package on this car. They all came bright yellow like this with these stripes, and they all came with the urethane painted bumpers, not rubber coated, just actual urethane paint that they actually had to bake on. They're the exact same bumpers that were available on the 442s in chrome with the trumpet exhaust, but this car. And then it has a lot of the 442 features, the sport mirrors that came on it, the spoiler, the W25 fiberglass hood, the stripe package. Every one of these was yellow, and it was a budget priced car. So it was priced at $32.52 to start. That was the Club Coupe body. All three coupe body styles were available: the Sport Coupe, the Holiday Coupe, and the Club Coupe. Which the Club Coupe is the one with the post and the window frames. But I did this one as the Sport Coupe, which is the Johan body. So another couple of things is, this one, instead of having the 455, it came with the 350 engine. It came with the L74 350 Olds V8 engine, which is Oldsmobile's own engine. So it looks the same as a 455. Same dimensions, so Oldsmobile really didn't have a big block or a small block. But this 350 engine was rated at 310 horsepower, and interestingly, it is not the hottest 350 engine that they offered. The W31 package that had a 325 horsepower 350 engine, which was available in 1970, but it was not available in this car. So why they had this hot 350 looking car and didn't put the hottest 350 engine that they offered in the car, you will never know. But it's kind of interesting that they didn't offer it. The W31 package was available in the Cutlasses, the 442s, a few other vehicles, but that was the hot motor, and it's a pretty rare engine. But why it was not available in this car? You could get this with a 4-speed or an automatic. And I don't think it was marketed very well because they had a trouble selling them. And it's reported that Oldsmobile had a whole bunch of them left over at the end of the year. Dealers had them sitting on lots. And to help move them, so when Oldsmobile built these, they all came with the 14-inch Super Stock 2 wheels painted the body color, no trim rings, and then the painted bumpers. But it's reported that a lot of dealers, to give them a little bit more flash and eye appeal, put the trim rings on the wheels and took the painted bumpers off and put the chrome bumpers on it. And there are a few examples that are known to have been swapped at the dealer level and sold off that way. But it's also a very hard car to document because these came. The VIN number doesn't tell you anything about them, so it's a hard car to document. Only original paperwork will tell you what they are, because they call this package the W45 package. So if the window sticker has that or the build sheet has that, it is a Rallye 350. But it's also a car that really isn't loved or admired as much, so you really don't see them. They're out there, considering they built roughly 3,500 of them. They didn't sell too well, and it became a one-year only option. I did this one as the Cutlass S trim package on top of it. But a lot of luxury options were available on this car. You can get power windows, you can get upgraded sound systems, and even the W27 aluminum rear axle was available in this car, but very few were ordered. Matter of fact, very few of these cars were actually ordered by customers. They were all pretty much, spec'd out by Oldsmobile and sent to dealers, from what I had been reading. But it's quite an interesting car and a fun car, and definitely an image car. But didn't quite have all the performance to back it up with 310 horsepower. But pretty cool car, really good looking car. So in the image department, they did a great job. But now more onto what I actually did to this model. And I built this back in 2008, and I did it. I ended up buying off of eBay a whole package deal that somebody put up, but it wasn't complete. It had two bodies. It had a resin convertible body, which is what I was really after, was a convertible body. But there was enough parts in there to build, I think, maybe one car. There was a set of bumpers. The chrome was messed up, but I was really after it. But like, all right, but at the time Model Haus was there, and you can get some of the stuff. So I ended up getting a Model Haus hood spoiler for this one with the damaged chrome bumpers. I'm like, all right, doing some research. I'm like, all right, I'm going to build this car. Are all the parts available? These wheels, even though the tires are marked 15-inch and the wheels are nice, Scale Equipment offered these wheels without the trim rings. So I had picked up those wheels, his resin wheels, to do that. And used the AMT tires on it, and they came out nice. And Fred Cady offered the decals, so these are Fred Cady decals. Keith Marks does offer them. A few other people offer them. And then I put the Oldsmobile across the windshield, which was not on the real car. And then I said it's a resin hood, and then the resin spoiler from Model Haus. So all the parts were there, and so I'm like, all right, so I can build this. But I went a couple extra steps. Another thing with Oldsmobile in these years, the big blocks, there's, like I said, there's no real big block or small block, but they did paint their engines different colors because of it. So a 455 in 1970 and 71 and 2 is blue. In 69 and 68 they were red. But the 350 cubic inch engines, the smaller engines, were painted a gold bronze color. So I painted this one a gold bronze color to represent the 350 cubic inch engine. Of course, it's got the functional air grabber hood, which that came from Model Haus along with the hood. So the whole engine compartment in here and everything, that's not Johan, that's or Johan. So that's not Johan, that's AMT, and it's actually from the 69 Cutlass kit. So the whole engine compartment and the whole chassis is all kit bashed from the AMT kit. And I think this was the regular Cutlass 442, because they have the Hurst Olds. And the difference, one of them has an automatic, the other has a manual, and then the exhaust is a little different between the two kits. And I had actually built 3 of these simultaneously back in 2008. This is one of those 3, so I figured I'd show you this one. And then another feature, which I have photos, I'll throw up some of the photos of the build on this. These grills, I changed the grill inserts. I actually just put those in there because it has 442 grills on the bumper. But on this car, they used a grill that's real similar to that, more of a mesh pattern. So if you know the real car, the interesting part is those grill inserts were in the Johan kit as the custom grills. So I had actually cut them down, shaped them, and fitted them right into the grill here. And it worked out great. So I got a pretty accurate. And then this Oldsmobile script, that's actually Fred Katie decal in there as well. But so there's my build of this, and it came out awesome. And even after all these years, it looks great. And it's quite an interesting car with a really interesting story. So I figured I would feature that this week and show you an Oldsmobile, since I haven't done one of those, and see what you guys think of it. So those of you who subscribe, thank you. Those of you guys that are watching this are Oldsmobile fans, I appreciate it. You know, check out my channel and watching my builds. And please comment. I'd love to read the comments and see what you guys think, and just let me know. So thank you for viewing, and you guys, you have a wonderful day.